I still can't believe he's fucking alive.
Dude, I don't understand how he survived COVID. I saw him last week. He was in the ER, and I mean, not as a patient, surprisingly. He's picking up and just looks just as unhealthy as ever. But
I mean, he's not going to make it to the ER unless he fucking codes in the ER.
well, because they're not going to be able to get him up.
Yeah.
He just dies where he dies, and
Yep.
if he's smart, he'll collapse over his fucking patient on the gurney, and they'll at least be able to bring the gurney in, and yeah, it'll be fine. And he never seems to have a partner that's like comparable size. It's always the smallest person possible.
Yep.
They're never particularly muscular. They're just a midget, and they look miserable, and I get why.
It's always the new hire that you know isn't going to last a month.
It's like they do it on purpose. And honestly, if I was scheduling, just knowing how he is, and what his expectations are for his partner, I'd do it on purpose.
Yep.
So like, what's the worst thing he's gonna do? He's gonna quit? Cool, even better. That literally makes your life easier, because I'm sure he's a giant pain in the ass.
Always has been. And he's probably, first or second at the top of the pay scale for nurses there. That's probably why they give him shitty partners, because they want him to quit. Like, we can't afford this fucking guy anymore.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that. About if he's really been around that long.
Yeah.
He might actually be pretty expensive. Yeah, speaking of old ass nurses and expensive ass nurses, holy shit, man. We need to put a cap on ages for fucking traveler nurses. This shit is out of hand. If you were over 70, you cannot work in the ER anymore. I'm sorry. This is not fucking fair for anybody. It's not fair for the patients. It's not fair for us. I'm tired of carrying the fucking weight when they're making like 5 times what I'm making as a traveler.
Oh,
this is bullshit. Dude, we just have like 2 or 3 of them, and they're absolute zombies. Nothing's done. I'm like, I would expect if you've been doing this 20, 30 years, you're probably pretty quick. And I get this is just a cash grab for some of these guys, but dude, minimum expectations. They're fucking killing us. If anything, it fills a hole, and they can kind of go to the lower acuity areas, so I don't have to do that. So I don't want to shoot myself in the head, but
And they're just coming in still. It's not the COVID money anymore, right? It's just
no, yeah. So they're not even on the whatever the crisis pay was. They just they're halfway decent, and we need they're paying halfway decent, but we have kind of a mixed bag. Whereas last year during COVID, we had a freaking great crew. Almost everybody was younger and pretty quick, and meshed really well with our group. But it's just the couple that we have are just absolutely awful. But yeah, so I don't know. It's that shit's been fucking driving everybody up the wall, because we've definitely picked up a little bit. We had that weird period, probably since last time we talked. We were kind of winding down, got rid of all our travelers and everything, and then we just got lit up with the usual bullshit, and we were just not prepared for that influx, and we just had a rough couple weeks, and we're kind of caught up as far as staff and everything goes, but it's been picking up. And I mean, we've seen a couple, a few COVID patients, but it's mostly just the usual bullshit.
So. Yeah, I know there was a few weeks ago where I was going to your ER somewhat regularly, and I was waiting quite a bit.
Yeah,
kind of out of nowhere, but
yeah, it seems like our sister hospitals have been getting pretty hit pretty hard, and it's just kind of an Arizona thing that crews are just not accustomed to having to wait for a decent amount of time, more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. So they will, in the next one, they'll just go to the next closest, and they'll just kind of try to avoid. And I get it, like that doesn't bother me, but I know it pisses off like a bunch of our charges, and it's like, dude, that's the game, man. Like I be mad at the other hospital. Don't be mad at them. They're,
Right.
they'd like to go back to their station at some point instead of waiting 90 minutes or whatever to offload. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was I was at Destination at Desert last week for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I brought in, I don't even know what it was. I think she had a syncopal episode and she was stable. She was fine. They were like, all right, move over. We got a stroke coming in. Stroke comes in while they're getting, because now the docs at Desert come straight out to where they receive the patients and
Right.
do their stroke assessments.
Right.
While he's doing that, another one kicks in. Boom. ETA 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck. They come in, passes. A third one fucking comes in, passes. It was fucking stroke central. I think they had like 5 strokes in like an hour and a half.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I hadn't had a bunch of strokes in a while, and then we just had a really good one the other day. They had a pretty much complete return of function after TPA, and it was funny though because they were kind of fucked up when they first came in, and I always seem to get roped into doing TPA, and I like it because it's the same as the EMS thing. It's that instant gratification thing, kind of like the dextrose and Narcan, all that shit. Like
Right.
you actually did something, you actually fixed them, as opposed to like the psych patient stuff. Like we're not going to fix them. This is not a 4-hour fix. This is months of work to get them fixed, and this is just not the place for it. But no, so we got the TPA, and I think I'd done my last neuro assessment maybe 10 minutes prior, and then the neurologist comes in and he goes to do grips, and that whole arm is completely fucking flaccid, and then he goes to do grips and he fucking reaches up and grabs the shit out of that fucking neurologist's hand. I was like, the fuck was that? Where did that come from? And the guy laughed. I was like, bro, I mean, that's fucking phenomenal. I'm super happy for you. But what the fuck was that? So it's just those are fun, man. I enjoy that shit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Again, being away from like the ambulance side, at least I still get some of that type of stuff because yeah, the other nursey shit can really fucking drag you down, but it is kind of fun when you get to do some of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time you're just shipping a vegetable upstairs to, it's like, oh,
right,
50-50.
Right. Like, yeah, it's just like the LTV meme. Fucking, what is your purpose? Just keeping this fucking vegetable alive. Oh my god, it's like what are we doing? What are we doing? Does that paperwork say full code? Does it really? Dear God.
Has he got a DNR? Yeah. It's not on the orange sheet, but he's got one.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a really gray photocopy they gave me of it.
They had a code the other day that one of our doctors, he's much more like EMS minded, he'll give it a good round or two and then call it. But we had a plethora of nursing students, and these are all the nursing students from the COVID last year or whatever, so they haven't touched a single patient. This is their first opportunity to do any patient care. Like they're showing us their janky ass online learning tools and scenario shit that they had to do. And so no, this is literally the first time, and so they probably had 10 of them, and they just all rotated in to do 30 seconds of shitty compressions, and then we're about to call them, and like no, let them all get a couple pumps in. So yeah, we've just had so many nursing students recently. Poor little pump has been collecting dust. I can't remember the last time we busted out little pump.
Are you putting fake teardrops on the nursing students?
So I was so I think it was actually off that day that they had that last group where they were just kind of rotating in, but like the way it was described, it was like 10 little baby fucking quail just following the fucking mother hen into the room, and they just like it. It actually kind of reminded me of the way they described it. It reminded me of that little toy with the little penguins that would go up the staircase, and then one would slide down, and they slide their ass to the back of the line. Continue pumping just for funsies. And yeah, speaking of, you said you started Loki. What did you think overall compared to the other two?
I mean, it certainly it's got far more comic relief than the other two, which you kind of expect with Loki.
Sure.
I like Wanda had some dark shit, which was kind of psychological dark shit.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier had dark shit, but kind of political dark shit. This one's got some personal dark shit, like the whole being able to see your fuck ups ahead of you, and knowing that you're predestined to fucking. It doesn't matter what you do. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Like,
Yep.
that's fucking heavy.
Yeah, I like when I was talking to you guys about it, like I didn't appreciate how heavy that scene was, and then going back I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, if you saw everything you hadn't done yet and all of it, even the good stuff, but goddamn, like he got his mom killed.
Yeah.
Like she was like the one that was always normal, and oh, Jesus Christ.
Like you're going to spend your life trying to avoid that situation for however long until you realize you can't avoid it anymore.
Right.
Like, oh.
No, and yeah, like Owen Wilson was fucking fantastic. There were so many good moments. The fucking little stun gun shit, I fucking died at the guy who didn't take the ticket.
Yeah.
I was in fucking tears.
It's like, oh, that's it. We don't fuck around here.
Oh, that was the best. That was kind of, God damn it. That's kind of how I've been getting. Fuck, the other day we had this psych patient who full face tattoos. Just I walk by him like all I had to do was cover this nurse's lunch for 30 minutes. I walk by, he's already playing the line stepping shit, has the door open and is like tapping his foot and just outside the line. Just you need to fucking stay in there.
Right.
You can't leave. I'm already fucking pissed. I've just seen you. I'm immediately angry that you're playing this fucking game because I know what you're doing. I'm not amused at all. And went by once, fucking told him once, told him twice. Third time, I'm fucking done. Security comes, bro, you do it again. We're getting the fucking dog. And I got so excited. I wanted to see the dog. We never used the dog.
Is there really a dog?
There is a dog. There is a dog. And I was at one of the other hospitals and one of the security guys was telling us like, so the muzzle actually releases on its own. It's more for looks. It doesn't need to be pulled off. He can just open his mouth and it will fall off. Whether that's true or not, it's hilarious. So it's all for show. It's all to make him look like, oh, he can't fuck you up, but he can absolutely fuck you up at any time.
That's fantastic.
That's terrifying. And dude, I remember seeing one fucking dipshit who got bit by a canine. This is 15 years ago in Riverside County's hospital in their trauma room. And every single crew that walked by just like leaned over the bed because for whatever reason their trauma bay was like open curtains and shit, like super fucking non-HIPAA. But there was like it was super obvious, and there was a sheriff there, whatever. But every single crew just walked by and looked and just like disapproving, shook their head like you fucked up, bro. His arm was shredded.
Oh.
If the cops show up and they say the word dog, if I fucking hear something that sounds like a squeal or a yip, I'd rather be shot. I'd really rather be shot.
Tase me, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. He just needed to be reminded about the dog's presence, and that guy shut the fuck up. That was nice.
He's on the third to maybe second or third to last bottom rung of the stupid ladder. Like once the dog shows up and you sit down and calm down, all right, you're not as dumb as you could be, but there are people at that bottom fucking rung who will still fucking mouth off.
And I think the face tattoo thing probably goes along with my blue hair hypothesis. I'm sure there's at least one sane person out there with blue hair. I'm sure there's one. I haven't met him yet. And I'm sure there's one fucking upstanding citizen with face tattoos. I just haven't met him yet. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know they're out there. I just haven't met them yet.
Mike Tyson's sort of upstanding now, right?
Yeah, no, dude. Did you see the picture of the Vegas sheriffs trying to approach Mike Tyson after he bit the ear off?
No.
They look fucking terrified. It's so funny. You guys have guns and they're scared as shit. Like the one sheriff is like hand up, like he knows what can happen. And he's rightfully, he should be terrified. He could fucking end you so quick.
Fuck.
Gloves or not, but like, no, you guys got guns and they're visibly scared. And all they're trying to do is literally like, hey, bro, you can't do that. It's all they're just trying to have a conversation, but they know they could die instantly. It's yeah.
That's like the people that would say, oh yeah, I'd fight Tyson for $1 million. He is a tiger in a man suit. Like you're not going to be able to spend that money.
No, and especially like specifically Tyson.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, he's going to hit you one or two. Like there's repressed issues there. He might not stop. He might forget what he's doing. Just repetitive TBIs.
Today's the day.
And honestly, for $1 million, that hospital bill is going to be fucking eaten up.
Yeah.
$1 million?
Yeah, I used to laugh. People would say that. I'd fight Tyson for $1 million. I'd fight Tyson for $50,000. Yeah. Go you.
Yeah, the fucking game of, how much money would it take? That shit is, you learn so much about people playing that fucking game. You have to be honest, but it's fucking funny because everybody has their price and you're either not being honest with yourself. Granted, $1 million with, like, you got to be real specific also. Like, what are we talking about? Like letting Mike Tyson hit me one time in the face for $1 million?
Yeah.
Fuck.
What size gloves is he wearing? Am I wearing headgear?
Right. Yeah. Am I? Yeah. Even then. And is he getting my hospital bill?
And what kind of day is he having? Has he been training? Has he been eating ice cream for the past 6 months? Where are we at? Is he going to smoke weed before he gets in the ring?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have a fucking laundry list of fucking stipulations that have to occur for this, and then I'll give you a specific number. But before that, just especially.
Did you see that Logan Paul Mayweather?
No, I just saw like after pictures. He didn't look that bad. Did you watch it at all? Or
no? I mean, I figured it was going to be just a fucking cash grab. And I've heard that. I mean, Mayweather did hit him, did light him up pretty well, but they're saying that it seems like he kind of carried him through the whole fight for the payday. But that's still, to be able to get in the ring and go a full fucking, I don't know how many rounds they went, but he like, because I don't know shit about Jake Paul and the other dude except that they had like YouTube channels, so I figured automatically they're fucking, couple of fucking millennial dickweeds. But it's like, oh well, fuck, he can at least handle himself for that long in a ring with somebody of Mayweather's, skill level, even if he was, wasn't at 100% or wasn't going 100%.
I don't understand how he didn't fucking like just back out. Like, you had to be so anxious and shit. Like, dude, even if okay, he's gonna pull punches, you still went in the ring and you're not a particularly courageous person. You just a stupid stunt.
Right. Yep.
Fuck, I don't know, man. Just for PR. Fuck.
PR and a tiny paycheck compared to Mayweather's, at least.
Yeah. Can we just sell some extra stickers? I really don't want to get punched in the fucking nose. Is that okay? Can we do that? Okay, cool.
That's going to be the marketing plan for Level 0 for 2022.
How did the Twitch demo go earlier?
It's all right. I need a new mic. My mic kept cutting out, and I was just getting fucking lit up on Call of Duty. So it was just, I figured most of I don't expect this Twitch thing to go anywhere or do anything. I just want to do it to raise some money for Phoenix Children's and have some fun with it.
Yep.
But I figure the big Twitch video game guys are guys who are really good at this shit. And I figure if anything, people will enjoy ours because I'm so fucking bad. And And I just kind of mumble a lot.
Is there a way to turn on everybody else's mic so you can like hear them fucking talk shit to you? Like, is there a way to do that? Like, I want to reverse stream everybody else commentating on you, so you
I
have
don't
to
know, but that
listen
would be
to it.
awesome. Might be able to do it with Discord. I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
That would be fucking funny. I would love to hear just fucking random people just
Yep.
shit talk for fucking 10 seconds and then fucking dip out. They don't have to stay. They don't have to watch me play the whole time. I just want to hear their best fucking one-liners, talking shit about how bad I am at first-person shooters, and then they can leave. They can disconnect. It would essentially would be like a fucking like a celebrity roast.
Yeah.
Just that, especially if they actually hit something funny. That would be entertaining. So what is Phoenix Children's thing? I didn't see. I didn't click the link, or I didn't see the ad or anything.
There's some, I don't know, some company, some nonprofit who has done. I guess I didn't know until today that they're kind of a big deal, like with Twitch and gaming and all that shit. But you sign up for like their affiliate program, play on Twitch, and you set up like it's almost like what was that shit called back in the day? Like walkathons when you were in school, you get like family to donate.
Yeah.
You get people to like donate and just while you're streaming, and then all that money goes to the Children's Miracle Network. So it automatically pays PCH because that's what's here, and I guess they're affiliated or whatever. So it just raises money for.
So even if you can just get the clicks on that, the money will go to that fund.
I think people need to donate.
Gotcha.
But if we can get people to do it and just hang out and fuck around and make fun of me because there is a chat function on Twitch, so you can read the chats. It's just kind of hard to do while you're playing.
Right. Oh, God, that's fucking awesome. We need to do like a in-person fucking meetup, and I'll just fucking read all the fucking the shit talking, man. If we can't make the audio thing work, I'll just fucking read. It'll be like celebrities read mean
That'd
tweets.
be fucking perfect.
Essentially, let me just fucking record that. No, that's awesome.
I'll bet God could figure out how to do it. I hit him up today because he's a big Twitch guy, and he was kind of setting up Twitch for my PC because you can do it straight off the Xbox. You just download the Twitch app, but then on the PC, I was thinking I might want to try it off of that as well. And I was like, hey, can I do this without turning on a camera? Because I don't want to wear a fucking mask while I'm playing. And he's like, oh yeah, you can just put up your logo, do that kind of shit. I'm like, all right, cool. Although the mask might be kind of funny, especially if I suck so bad. Like,
right? Yeah. I don't think I've ever really got into watching any Twitch streams at all. My son is really starting to get into just people streaming Minecraft, just like different, whatever builds. Like essentially, like one of the ones I saw him watching the other day was they were just trying to make a trap for creepers, so they fell down a fucking pit, whatever. And dude, these fucking 18-year-olds are incredibly excited about playing fucking Minecraft. I'm like, Jesus, I'm a little old for this fucking game, but
it's a weird fucking world now. My kid watches those, and I watch him watch them, and he just fucking transfixed. And I'm like, dude, this is the most fucking boring shit on the planet. What are you doing? He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, really? This isn't like, why wouldn't you rather just play?
Right.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I get a walkthrough. I understand that, and that's gold compared to the first half of my life having to fucking just struggle and fucking rage quit. Like, oh, cool, this person actually did it. Sweet, especially with like games like Assassin's Creed. Like, oh, you didn't see that fucking hidden thing behind the fourth fucking bush, and there's no way to clue you into looking there. Oh, you stupid asshole. Yeah, it's right here. Cool, sweet. Oh, I watched this tutorial and then fucking found the stupid bush entrance, and then I'm fucking good. No, but yeah, other than that, or like any of the like game builds, or maybe even a review. That's about it. I don't think I've ever watched anybody just play.
Because there's a lot of dead time when you're watching somebody play. Dialogue and walking and shit like that.
Right. If they're fucking funny, that's one thing. Like, I guess if there was like a celebrity fucking stream or something, like, what you were trying to do, that might actually be interesting. But like, most of these people are they're just fucking talking. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's just the way the world's moving, and it's pushing us so fucking out of the way. It's just 30 years from now, it's going to be something these kids don't fucking get.
Right. Well, it's weird though because like I get being transfixed on fucking tablets or whatever, but like what for whatever reason specifically that seems to be incredibly fucking like mesmerizing
Yeah.
for little kids. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's so into it, more so than any other TV show, anything else he'd be doing, even video games. He just seems to be so into that. So I don't know what that
Yeah.
is. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, my kid doesn't have the attention span for movies anymore, unless it's something that starts off with a big bang and kind of keeps the energy up the whole time. And I was reading something that that whole loss of attention span kind of started with like the SpongeBob era of cartoons, like really quick cuts and short animation, really quick clips of animations and stuff, and no real major story or lessons or anything like that. And I guess a lot of cartoons now are,
So pretty
are
much
more like that.
unlike the fucking absolute shit show of darkness that is fucking Love, Death,
Yeah.
Robots. Jesus Christ. Have you finished the
No,
entire
I think
season yet?
we watched the first 4 episodes, and then the fifth one, our daughter came downstairs and we had to skip that one because it was some dude in like latex was screaming into the camera, "You want some pussy?" And I was like, "All right, we'll come back to this one." But
Oh
yeah,
fuck.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah. So are you only into the first season then?
Yeah,
Yeah, I rewatched the entire first season and fuck, I forgot how good it is. There's just such a variety, but god damn that shit's dark.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
And second season is really good, and it very much is similar to fuck, what's that other show Walt was talking about the other day, Black Mirror.
Oh yeah,
It's I mean, but it's Black Mirror, but for my attention span, which is really nice because
yeah,
goddamn dude, fucking I don't have an hour to invest in Black Mirror. There's
right.
the episodes are really good, but goddamn, they're always a slow burn.
Yeah,
They're fucked up. They're worth it, but fuck, dude, you can't blow through because I think that doesn't that show have quite a few episodes per season. Like I feel like it took me forever to get through that series.
yeah. And I didn't even finish it because there were a couple that, like, for whatever reason, that the day I was having or the mindset I was in, I was like, "Oh, I can't get into this fucking episode," 20 minutes in. So I don't know. I mean, the one that really stood out that I remember was there was that social media one.
Yeah,
That was like fucking holy shit. I mean, that's China's doing that already. That's where we're going. And the Star Trek one.
yeah, no, that one's good
That's
too.
fucking great.
The one that really like stuck with me was the they have like the optical implant where they are playing back everything that they're seeing, and so they were like reliving the best parts of their
Oh yeah.
memory over and over and over. Fuck, that shit was dark.
Yep.
There was a lot of episodes for whatever reason that one just seemed super jacked up.
Yeah. Well, you could
And
totally see that as being a severe addiction problem.
oh yeah, I get why that would be an issue.
Yeah.
I think that episode actually had the actress who was going to be the new Doctor Who,
Oh
and
really?
she was actually really good in it. And then I was really really disappointed when she was an absolute train wreck in the new seasons. So that's unfortunate, but she was really good in that.
Was that the general vibe that she sucked in that?
Pretty much, like she might have had a couple episodes that were okay. I just for whatever reason, they seem to kind of figure out, what their personality is relatively quick within a couple episodes. She just kept dragging it on, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate because it was this weird, like non-confident, like woman thing. It was a really weird thing, and we're like, dude, I don't know. It's just the writing was bad. The entire supporting cast was awful. Um, it wasn't good, and I love that show for as bad as it can be.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi, the previous Doctor, he had a couple episodes that were really good. The guys before him, I liked a lot better. I like David Tennant and Matt Smith, the best, but fuck, dude, it was pulling teeth, and I am a sucker for pain. I will make myself watch the entire thing just so I can at the end say, no, you were terrible.
Right.
Like I watched all of it. I'm not exaggerating. You really were that bad, and I'm angry. I wasted that much time.
My opinion's valid.
Right. I have a hard time not finishing a series. God, what's that other show? We'll probably have to freaking chop it in. God, something Shadow and Bones, something like that. It's on Netflix right now.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. It's so fucking awful. The acting is so bad, and I know what they're trying to do with every single character. You're like,
right.
You cast the wrong person, and you're fucking doing it wrong. Like, this person is supposed to be the Han Solo gunslinger, but you're fucking him up.
Yep.
And I'm angry that you're doing it bad because I know what you're trying to do, but you're fucking it up every step of the way. I'm angry at like the poor execution, because it could be done so well. And I knew nothing about the series. It just looked kind of cool in the previews, but yeah, it's really, really bad. So fuck, what was the nickname we were going with for Big Cat?
Oh. Shit.
Deer Antler. So Deer Antlers. God, all these nicknames are starting to fucking get a little difficult. So Deer Antler's wife loves that fucking show. She's watched it like 2 or 3 times already, and I can't wait to fucking see her, to tell her to her face that her fucking taste in fucking TV is awful. It's so bad. But I got 2 more episodes, and I'm gonna fucking finish it. I will make myself watch that stupid show with my wife just to finish it.
Oh. I'm not like that with film or TV shows. Like if it sucks, I'll bail on it. But if I'm reading a book that sucks, or I'm just not into, like I can't not finish it. I don't know what it is. I think maybe there's a weight to it, because I'm holding this physical object that's full of thousands of words that somebody fucking put down, and it just feels like I'm more like I'm giving up than if I just shut off the TV.
Right.
And I'm doing that right now with one book. I'm about halfway through this book. I love the premise. I don't like the book. It's really fucking bland. It puts me to sleep in like 3 pages. So I'll fucking.
Oh, so it must be Stephen King then, right?
No, definitely not. But even though I'm trudging through this fucking thing, I bought the sequel. I'm like, well, maybe he'll fix it.
Oh, there was a series. It was some zombie series, and I forget what it is. It might have been like Morningstar or Morning Strain, something like that. It was around the same time that Day by Day, Armageddon, and that other one that came out like maybe 5-10 years ago. And the author wrote the first 2, and the third one, I think he died before he finished it, and they tried to patch it together.
Oh no.
And dude, it's so weird. You would think you'd be able to pick up on somebody's style and kind of see where they were going and just kind of wrap it up, and it was not good.
Yeah.
And it sucks, because I think the first 2 were pretty good. It wasn't as good as Day by Day Armageddon, because that was I'd have to look up who the author was. That one was really good, because that one was like a day-by-day journal. Mm-hmm. Of like just essentially the zombie apocalypse, like it's starting, and him like initially kind of blowing it off, kind of like very similar to how COVID started. Like, oh, there's something weird going on in China. Just, whatever, and then fucking like, oh, it's like 100 people dead, whatever, and then just like, oh fuck, there's no food. Oh, whatever. Like it was really well done, whereas this other one, not so much.
I'm pretty sure I read Day by Day.
It was really good. I think
long ago.
Yeah, let me grab my power cord. I'm about to run out of juice.
Okay.
Stand by. Did I vaguely hear you doing the fucking
Yeah.
the fucking trumpeting sound as I got up? I was fucking dying. I'm like, I really hope that's what he's doing.
I've gotten so used to it. Like now in conversations with people, if they pause or they have to leave the room, my brain just fucking fires that off now.
You need to do that next time you have a fucking stroke patient with expressive aphasia. While they're trying to fucking gather, like, God damn it.
Put it on my phone so I can play it.
How do you not have a fucking soundboard fucking queued up? Fuck, that's such a good idea. God damn it, I need to do that. But yeah, so anyways, no, yeah, Day by Day Armageddon was fantastic. I think I read the second one. I don't know if there was a third one or not. But yeah, it was crazy how bad that third one was, just trying to be ghost written.
Mhm.
And it kind of same thing for Game of Thrones. Like, that fat fuck needs to get his shit together and finish that fucking series.
Yeah.
Or people are gonna be pissed.
Yeah, he went to my high school, and I'm wondering which one of us is going to die first.
Did he really?
Yeah. I mean, he graduated, like at least 10 years before I was even a student there. But
That's fucking crazy.
yeah,
Jesus.
I think he's the only famous person that went to my high school, as far as I know.
That's fucking crazy.
It was a book series that I read a couple of years ago that was, what the fuck was it called? I think the first book was called X Heroes, and it was kind of like the Avengers meets The Walking Dead. Zombie apocalypse, but there were superheroes when the apocalypse happened.
Gotcha.
So now some of the survivors are superheroes, and they're trying to protect the stragglers and building up communities and stuff. But some of the ideas in it were so fucking good. And out in the wasteland and in the main city, there's this beast that like all the fucking heroes are afraid of because it's so formidable. And it turns out, you find out like in the third book that it used to be one of the heroes. He was pretty much indestructible.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget who it was, but they name a female celebrity, and I guess the guy was kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And he found this female, say it was Scarlett Johansson, I don't know, her zombie walking around Hollywood, and he stuck his dick in her mouth as a joke, and she bit down, and he didn't realize that his dick was the only part of him that was vulnerable, and it fucked him up and zombified him. And now he wanders around in the fucking ruined cities.
That's fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's fucking great. There were a couple of things that were like, holy shit. The person with the healing abilities,
Mm-hmm.
you find out in the third or fourth book that he's the one who caused the zombie apocalypse because his wife died, and he used his healing abilities, tried to bring her back because he had never done that before. He was just a healer. He would heal broken bones and stop bleeding and shit, and he just fucking lost his shit and brought her back from the dead, and he fucking triggered the whole thing. I was like, fuck, that's great. I wish I had thought of that.
Speaking of fucked up superhero fucking genres, that Marvel EMS mashup sounds fucking retarded. Granted, I was scrolling at the stoplight, and I was just trying to flip through. I'm like, dear God, okay, this is too much. I'm already irritated. Was there anything redeemable about that idea about doing a graphic novel about EMS during COVID that isn't the most cringy shit ever?
I don't know. They
The art looked fine.
Yeah.
Like the covers look fine.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't know who thought it was a good idea. Like, and I think it's based on like a Pennsylvania squad. So maybe someone that works at that squad has a cousin who works in the fucking mailroom at Marvel. I don't know. But yeah, none of that shit ever fucking works. I mean, they did, NFL comics back in like the early 90s, and they were just trash. That just makes it that much more cringy when it's something like that.
Right.
But
and it can't possibly sell. I mean, I don't know what their return has to be, but it's not going to do well. Even if it's done well, it's not going to pay off.
Mm-mm. Yeah, and I mean, comics if it wasn't for the films, I think Marvel would have gone out of business 20 years ago.
Sure.
You know, it's the movies that are keeping them afloat. Comic shops don't stay open. Comic sales are bottomed out. Even, which is weird because even with the, you know, the surge of Hollywood shit, you would think, oh well, you know, kids are going to want to read. No, kids don't want to fucking read comics.
Really, I would have thought it would have helped a little bit.
That's what I would have thought too. But all the guys that I know that, you know, still either collect comics or run shops are like, nah, we're still floundering. It never brought in really new readers.
Even like the digital sales and whatnot, because you would think like all those things would help as well.
The digital stuff sells better than the actual comics now, from what I understand. Like that was just such a great fucking thing as a kid, was knowing that Wednesdays, oh, I'm going to the comic shop. You know,
Yep.
I got this fucking cool new thing every Wednesday. There's going to be something. You know, it's either something I'm looking forward to or something I never heard of. It's not. I've brought my kids to comic shops a few times, and they're not really interested. They're not even like, holy shit, this exists. Like they don't fucking care.
A little interested in some of that stuff, but like not really.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes some of the shows, and like we played, you know, Marvel Avengers and whatnot on the Switch and everything. But like other than that, not like we were.
Yeah, it might just be something that has to click at a certain age. Like, you know, like for same thing with like music. A lot of kids, it doesn't really click. Like there were albums that I owned when I was really young that my uncle had left in my house, and I listened to them all the time, but I never really. I kind of did it out of habit, and then as I got older, it was like one day I was like, "Holy fuck, this album just grabbed me that I've been listening to for 5 years." So it might just be like a developmental thing too.
It's weird though, because I remember just listening to like, you know, because we used to go camping quite a bit, and my dad would play just fucking awful, you know, fucking tapes. I remember specifically he had the Bangles, like just fucking awful fucking bands, and I'm like, I just didn't have a huge interest in music growing up, and then like now, dude, they go see all these great fucking cover bands and shit, you know, now, and like where was that? I don't like some of these are like yeah, there's just so many good ones. I didn't grow up with any of these bands, so I don't know if this is like a newer thing, but I'm pretty sure he was into it, and my mom was into that stuff back then too. They just, for whatever reason, they never played anything good, so I was just never a huge, you know, music person growing up.
Yeah, it's definitely got something. I think a lot of it has to do with upbringing, whether it's in your house or forbidden in your house,
right?
You know, or something that you weren't exposed to, and then your buddy puts on an album, and it's just that's the one that, you know, unlocks something in your brain.
Yeah, my son this morning, dude, holy crap! My wife mentioned the song called "Straw Dog," and he belted out like a couple lines, and my wife just turns to him. He's in the bathroom. She's like, "You heard that song one time. How the fuck did you do that?" That kid, his memory is better than mine for like meme culture. It blows me away. He just has this very like niche autistic memory for stupid shit, and it blows me away. It with math and with just, you know, retention for little stuff. It's so weird.
Oh, that's good that he's got the math.
Yeah, I didn't have the math part.
We were at my mother-in-law's house the other night. Oh, what the fuck did she say? She was talking about the dinner she made or something, and she said one word, and I immediately started singing some product jingle from like 1979 that has never left my fucking brain, and I sang the whole fucking song while I was walking to the bathroom. Mother-in-law was like, "What?" My wife was like, "It's just him." Fuck, I can't remember which one it was now.
Yeah, my retention for stupid shit fucking knows no bounds, and especially it's hyper focused when it's going to benefit me beating a dead horse with a fucking joke. I will fucking retain that shit forever if it means being able to bring up the same stupid joke over and over. Dude, it's fucking locked in. It's good. It's never going away.
There's nothing funnier than beating a dead horse for a joke just to watch somebody rage about it because they know.
I'm fucking king. I will fucking let it simmer. I will let you forget that I remember and then I will fucking bring it up again, and this fucking just keeps reopening the wound, and I fucking love it.
Back in my Magic the Gathering days, I remember there was one night we were playing, and my friend Will, he's the nicest dude, but fuck, he had a temper. We were playing. There was like 8 of us playing, and he was getting his ass whooped. And I had told him we were on a team, and I was like, no, don't do that yet. Do without trying to give it away. I was like, no, just do this. And he was just fucking wasn't paying attention to me and wanted to do his thing, and he got fucking annihilated. And he started arguing. I think he was arguing with Chuck, my buddy, who was the guy in Clerks that got his hand stuck in a Pringles can. and like Chuck didn't really yell. He was a pretty mellow dude. But Will was getting mad at him, and Chuck was like trying to explain to him. But Chuck also knew that he was fucking ramping up, so Chuck kept egging him on because we were doing it for the comedy factor. And the whole time that they're arguing, I'm sitting across the table and I'm just mumbling under my breath. I'm going, well, if you'd have just listened to me. Well, if you'd have just listened to me. Well, if you'd have just listened to me. Well, if you should have done what I was trying to explain. I told you, Will, next time fucking listen. If you had just, and Will fucking snaps. He was already screaming at Chuck, and he stands up and he flips the fucking table over. And he fucking leaves, which of course shocked all of us, but I'm giggling, crying like a little girl. So next week we get back together to play our weekly card game. And we're about an hour and a half in, and Will's getting mad at something, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, hey, Will, if you'd have just listened to me. He fucking lost it. I thought he was going to come over the table at me. That was near the end of, just before I moved out here, so I didn't get to really run that one into the ground, but fuck, God knows I would have.
And how is Will doing now?
I don't know. I haven't heard or seen. Will had this fucking old, early 80s rape van that he drove around in. And we called it the Go-Go Gadget Mobile because he'd honk the horn and the fucking wipers would come on. I don't know if it was an intentional cross wiring, but we'd be driving down the highway and all of a sudden the horn would start beeping and the fucking headlights would start flashing. Fucking love driving in that thing. It's like, no wonder you guys have such a fucking short fuse. You're fucking twitchy from that goddamn van. You never know what's going to go off in it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, dude. What do you think? Should we fucking call it a night?
Yeah, we can. It's nice to be back. I think it's been a month.
It's been way too fucking long. We clearly need to get fucking Walt back in. We just need to keep peppering him. To people that listen, feel free to keep tagging him in fucking memes, whatever. Please come back. Just anything you got, and maybe, just maybe, he'll come back.
Tag him in some absentee dad memes.
And hopefully we got Shepherd in the works coming up soon, because I'm available. So if we can get something local going.
Yeah, he had listened to that episode only 2 weeks ago. I was like, fuck, I'm down. So he's just got a wonky schedule. He's gone a lot. But we'll definitely make that happen.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, and maybe we'll get some guests. Maybe we'll get a guest on next time. Bring in some new blood.
Cool. And Walt is still working on the next episode of Drunk CEs, so just stay tuned. He is working on it, so hopefully soon, guys.
We appreciate all the requests and questions about where we've been and where Drunk CEs has been. It's coming. Cool. All right. Later, people.